Welcome to Homemade Madhu. Let's make a Dollar Tree vintage DIY, a distressed wood finish Dollar Tree plaque, antique finish wall decor, and it's an easy to make Dollar Tree DIY. It's simple and elegant wall decor. Also, I'll be teaching you a wood distressing technique only with paint. Also, I'll be showing you the various options of items from Dollar Tree you can use to make this wall decor. This beautiful vase is also a Dollar Tree DIY. Please subscribe and turn on the notifications to watch the tutorial for it. It can be used as a wall decor or it could be placed on a table too. If you look closely, you can see the beautiful veins of the wood giving it that distressed look. Also the mix of various colors which gives it that antique look. To make the wall decor, we need Dollar Tree coasters. The number of coasters would depend upon the size of the wall decor. Alternatively, you could use Dollar Tree chopping board too, 2 or 3 of them depending upon the size of the wall decor. You could also use the backside of the kids puzzles available in the toy section in Dollar Tree, or you could buy plywood from Home Depot or Lowe's. Here I have the plaque with Dollar Tree coasters, 3 rows with 3 in each row. These type of coasters are a rare find. To put these together, I have used Fix-All adhesive from Dollar Tree. You could also use any super glue. To paint the plaque, I've used these 3 shades of blue. I've got these from Walmart. I had these on hand, so I'm using them. You could use the paint from Dollar Tree too. And this sponge brush from Dollar Tree. Now to paint, I'll be just pouring in all the 3 shades of paint in different places like this on my plaque. We want to give the plaque different shades, so we'll be pouring in dark colors at places, light shades at places, but I'll be using very less of light shades over here like this, and our 3rd shade will go in different corners like this. Now the best part, to paint it. Just take your sponge brush and go over the plaque like this. You are just brushing it with the paint which is already there on the plaque. You do not have to change brushes, just brush in the dark colors first. Then we will start giving it texture by painting over the light colors, just giving it some character like this. See, we are done with the dark colors. Now we are taking the sponge brush onto the light colors and we will be coloring throughout the plaque, and it gives it that vein coating, that lovely shading. Trust me guys, once you start the painting, you will know what colors to mix, what direction to move the brush, and whatever you do, you will not go wrong with it, because this is a distressed wood finish. We want it to look irregular. And here I'm going to add a few more drops of a dark color because I felt the lighter color were too prominent. Again, I want to make it look distressed. So with the same brush, just going through it, just giving it long strokes. Now to create character, I'm going to just dab my sponge brush on it at places like this. This is the part 1 of our coloring for the plaque. Our part 2 would come after we decide the colors of the items which we would be placing on the plaque. You see, I'm dabbing it here and just pulling the brush over it. Now once this dries, you can see this beautiful blue color with light blue at places. Now we will decide the items to be placed on this. These wooden cutouts are available in the craft section of the Dollar Tree. I'm going to choose these shaped ones so that I can create a beautiful pattern with this. I'm going to be using 4 of these wooden cutouts, and the pattern I'm going to create is this, just placing 4 of them together like this. Check out a few options of items we can place. This is option number 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, These are the gold spray painted candlesticks, and this one I've spray painted bronze. You could place the candle warmer upside down or up straight, both look lovely. The yo-yo used here is giving a nice ethnic vibe. Once you decide the objects you'll be using, let's decide the colors we'll be painting on these objects. Just go with some bright colors for this look because you have a distressed wood finish black. So the other things, if it is bright, it looks very good. Once you decide the colors, let's paint over this. Only chalk paint adheres to metal and plastic, but for the other items, ceramic and wood ones, you can use the normal craft paint, acrylic paint. And I'm going to color this yo-yo with this lovely green color. Again, we want it to have a distressed look. Here is a small tip for metals. Once you give the base coat and it dries, you will dry brush any other color like this. And before it dries, we need to take a small piece of rag and wipe it so that it creates that irregular texture over it. And then we have our vintage looking piece. I'm using red to color this. Once the base coat dries, I'll be dry brushing with green over it. Again, these are from DollarTree except for the paint. The paint, I'm using a chalk paint out here. So these are the two paints which we have used over the items which will be placed on the plaque. Now comes the second portion of coloring our plaque with the colors we've used for these items, which is orange and red and green. We will dry brush over our blue color plaque. Take some paint, dab the extra paint on a rag and start dry brushing it, mainly focusing on the edges. And if there is an extra paint at places, don't worry, just dry brush over it again. We will be sanding it later. And wherever we'll be placing the red color object, around that I've dry brushed a lot of red. And wherever I'm placing the orange color wooden cutouts, I'll be dry brushing orange color around it like this. And we'll be dry brushing all over the edges with very less paint, of course. And then we would let it dry. Now comes the third part in the distressing technique, which is sanding. I'm very happy with the colors out here. Now we'll give it texture. I'm taking the sandpaper, which is also from DollarTree, and I'm going to sand this now. Wherever I have these colors, the additional colors which we had painted, I'm going to take the sandpaper and sand it. Now sanding need not be in any particular direction, preferably in all the direction. Now I'm going to do it in circular motion out here. So you can see, you can also already see the lovely texture coming out. And at places, I'm going to do it a lot so that the veins, the actual veins, the wood texture of the coasters is seen. So I'm going to sand all over the place now. And this is what we end up with. I can see wooden texture at places. The colors are all mild now. This is a beautiful, beautiful piece. This plaque could be used as a tray with two handles fixed, or it could be used as a raised pedestal, a platform to keep all the things if you attach in the legs. I have a tutorial on that. Please check the description box for the link. Clean the dust with a paper napkin. And we have a base plaque ready. Now it's time to fix all the other elements over this, which we had painted and we had kept it ready. First, let's place this wooden cutouts which we have painted in orange, and to fix this again I'll be using Fix-All adhesive from DollarTree. This will go in here. This is my option number 1, wooden cutouts, the incense stick holder and the stationery holder out here. I've used Fix-All adhesive but my favorite is option number 2, where I've used a yo-yo and I've painted it green chalk paint, and I've dry brushed this green onto this incense stick holder just for the continuity and the antique finish. So you have it, our distressed wood finished black with all these vintage looking items, all made with DollarTree items. You could leave it this way, but I'll be using an acrylic sealer, gloss finish one, so that the paints are intact, and I'll be giving one coat of it all over this black. And a wall decor, option number 1 is ready. You can see the beautiful colors, the veins, just looks lovely. This is option number 2, where I've dry brushed green on this incense stick holder, also on the edges of it. You could play with the colors and textures in any which way you want, and it'll still look beautiful. This, I've placed it on a table. It's acting as a wall decor, and it is standing upright all by itself. I haven't used any screws at the back. There are more variations I'll be showing of these in future videos, so do give it a try and keep watching Homemade Madhu.